All right, guys, we are going to be reacting to some of these compilations. Women crying after regretting their divorce. Let's jump in, guys.
I want a divorce.
I'm tired of marriage counseling. I'm tired of trying. I'm ready to leave. I'm ready for a divorce. I'm exhausted. I'm mentally at my capacity.
I truly thought I was gonna be with him forever. And I still love him so much, and I wanted it to be different, but it's not.
In sickness and health, better or worse, like,
We
no.
react to some of these, right?
Like, so destroy myself and destroy my kids to keep a vow? Nope.
So if you're in a miserable marriage and you think about divorce regularly, go ahead and do it. You will not regret it. The thing that you'll regret is staying in that marriage longer than you wanted to and giving him years and years and years that should have been yours.
Women like this will have you believing divorce is the
That's
ultimate
crazy,
glow
bro.
up. No regrets, just freedom. But for a lot of women who get divorced, this is just not the case. Some people end up knee deep in regret, questioning if they messed up their whole life.
My future was right there.
It's just like regret. It's always it's almost. I would say at least 70% clip regret, because it's a bad decision, guys. It's a bad decision. You're supposed to just stay with that person for the rest of your life for a reason. But you know, they think the grass is greener on the other side. So
Like, it was solidified. Like, I was comfortable for the rest of my life. Maybe not mentally in my relationship, but financially I was fine. And I gave it all up to be happy.
Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the one.
Everybody keeps thinking that I'm handling this divorce so well, and I'm not.
damn,
I'm not okay.
this is crazy,
Maybe I
guys.
should have stayed. It was like stable in every other area but that. Like, is my mental health really that important?
All that fake, all that happy. Oh, I'm doing so great. I think I was in shock. And now it's coming like into reality, and I don't know.
I don't know. Is this another stage of divorce? I'm happy, but I go into these random thoughts of, you gave it all away. Like, was it worth giving away? And I know it was. I know it was for my mental sanity. I know it was for my happiness. It will all come together, but it's still terrifying to start over at this age.
I don't know what my life's gonna be like. I can't seem to remember anything bad. I just remember all the good things.
But let's not forget about the other party in this. Men also go through hell.
Yeah.
Some see their net worth.
Yeah, but the thing is, the guys, we know how to cope with it. You just cope it, and you just simply just go through it, man. That's the thing about it. Yeah, as a man, you're expected to go through it. I was gonna mention, the reason they regret divorce is not because they actually divorced that person. It's because the person that they decided to initiate the divorce, right? The person that they decided to go with, right? After divorcing their current husband, they don't want them anymore. And worse is, if their ex-husband already moved on, that will destroy them. That will make them, that will literally make them do a video in TikTok. That's what it is.
Cut in half, but it's not just their wallets that take a hit, it's their entire lives.
So how much did my divorce cost me? Well, this is a fantastic question. There's direct and there's indirect costs. Direct costs, I lost $106,000 out of my 401k retirement plan I spent 20 years contributing to. I also lost half the equity in the home, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, cash, and savings that I also spent 20 years contributing to. I also lost half of all the non-liquid assets like furniture, household goods, electronics, cars. Keep in mind, I paid for all of these.
And that's crazy. And you can tell he cried a lot too. And how in the hell do you have, it's just, I cannot understand how, as a female, man, as a woman, you have even the heart to do this, man. Look at this dude. You can literally tell this dude is just suffering, man. He's still suffering. He might have some PTSD.
And this is in addition to financially supporting her and her/our daughter for 17 years, which is many hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm now broke, live in a 2-bedroom apartment, and have a negative net worth for the first time since I was, I don't know, 25. Indirect costs: my job, my sobriety, my self-worth, my masculinity,
Yeah,
my hope for the
masculine.
future, my ability to trust women again, my belief in God, my pride, my motivation, my physical health. I don't know, let's just say everything.
Hearing one man lay out
Damn,
the
man.
sheer cost of his divorce is gut-wrenching enough. The crushing weight of alimony, child support, and the emotional fallout can push
They
men
just
to
do
a
it,
breaking
man.
point. And when I say breaking point, I mean the ultimate breaking point. A permanent solution.
Divorced dads 10 times a day end themselves because they've come to the conclusion, I'm the problem, I'm the a-hole,
Yeah,
remove
so-
me. They're cut off from their legacy, they're cut off from their
Yeah.
kids, they feel rejected, and the person that I put ahead of my life, that I sacrificed for, that I love, that I put on this pedestal has abandoned me. Maybe I am worthless, maybe I am a piece of crap, maybe I don't deserve to be alive. And that negative self-talk drives them into the pavement and they take a permanent L. And now that pain and misery they feel inside gets rippled into the family, into the children.
And guess what? Who has almost no guilt on this? We already know, guys. And most importantly, she already. I mean, this is sad, bro. This is sad. This is the light that I want to. This is why I do these things, right? My mission is to make sure that when my kids are, adults, right, the laws are just changed to a position that, it's fair. It's just fair. I'm just looking for fairness. I'm just looking for fairness. Look at this. This is another dude. You can tell he really went through it, man.
And the scariest part is for kids whose dads end themselves, they're more likely to do the same thing.
Oh.
My dad didn't stick around. Why should I?
Now, are there guys that are bad in their marriage and deserve to get divorced? Of course.
Damn, that was
but
a nice-
some
that
men
was
get
a-
handed divorce papers
nice
for
right hand.
reasons that are simply unjust.
Why get a divorce after 25 years of marriage? The short answer is because it is not too late to be happy. And I finally got to a point at the beginning of the year where I decided that it wasn't too late to be happy. I still have, hopefully, many more years left, and I would like to be happy for those years.
Now, all I heard was breaking her vows because she was unhappy. Man, after 25 years of marriage, quarter of a century, this is very hard for some men to grasp.
My wife recently asked for a divorce, just straight up said it wasn't working out anymore, she wasn't happy, blah, blah, blah. But no cheating, no abuse, nothing like that, just wasn't happy.
And unhappiness is not a good cause. I mean, if a man is abusing you, or if the man's an alcoholic or a drug addict, or he's driving you into bankruptcy because of his gambling habit, I can give you a pass on that. But if you're just unhappy because your life isn't going the way that you wanted it to, and that your fairy tale vision of your life isn't meeting your standards, and you suddenly decide that you're going to hold your man responsible for it, or you're in some way going to take out your disappointment on him by divorcing him, then I'm afraid I have very little sympathy for you at all. In fact, I would suggest that you are the problem, 100%.
And he is 100% correct. Women post videos to social media, pouring their hearts out about the...
Look at that statement, guys. Let's read that statement. I feel guilty for wanting a divorce because he's a good guy. Right here. This is the problem. They think they can settle, guys. This is the problem. You are the good guy. You're the prize. But they don't see it like that. See? I feel guilty for wanting a divorce because he's a good guy. They don't want that type of guy, man. I'm telling you. I might have to do a video separated regarding the dark triads and all. I'm not saying don't do it, right? But understand why a lot of females, right? Not all. Well, not most of them either. There were many. They were empathetic and fall in love with a lot of these crazy guys, man. They like to delete people, man. You have to understand that a lot of these good guys, what they miss is the masculine energy in the relationship. And the females are not getting that, that little, that little bad guy kind of thing. You see what I'm saying? And this is so wrong in so many ways. But I don't see our system, man. Our system punishing this behavior, guys. This is the problem. You get through a marriage, you're cooked. You're cooked, guys. You're cooked. Because now the marriage, what it's gonna do, because you know you don't have the authority, it's gonna emasculate you. It's gonna emasculate you because she's now in a position of authority over you. Crazy, right? Because she knows that she has all her balls on her courts. So slowly she's gonna start doing that emasculation process to make sure at the end, when it's time to fight the divorce, you're already destroyed.
Good men they left behind. Men who treated them right, supported them, and didn't deserve to be walked away from.
Can we talk about how hard it is to leave the good guy? One, when you say, I want a divorce, and he's like, no, I want to work this out. Everything's going to be fine. You know, we can get through this. And he's so encouraging and everything's just so fucking peachy keen, right? We talk about how I'm manipulated into staying because he's a good guy. He does nothing wrong. Like, the only thing he's guilty of is being lazy and, you know, not putting in effort like we did when we were in the beginning of our relationship, like any other marriage.
I divorced the nice guy, knowing I was not in love and not fulfilled in that marriage, and that we truly just were not compatible.
He doesn't beat me, he doesn't do anything, he doesn't take money from me, but he downplays my emotions. I don't think he fully understands me. And we've talked about this, y'all. This has all been in counseling, but how do you leave the good guy?
You'd think women would be stepping up saying, no, this is wrong.
Yeah,
if your husband is
they're
good,
not gonna
don't
do
leave
it.
him. But the reality, it's quite the opposite.
If your husband is a good guy, but you're ready for divorce, you're not a bad person. So don't let guilt get the best of you.
The guilt you're feeling is actually not guilt, okay? Because guilt means you're doing something wrong, but you're not doing something wrong. And therefore, it's not guilt you're feeling, it's the discomfort of making a choice that you know is going to be hard for somebody else, and it's the choice.
For her to even talk like this, she probably been thinking about this for years, guys. For years, to even for her to formulate this kind of thinking. She has been thinking about this for years.
That he doesn't want.
You're not doing him any favors by staying. If anything, you're actually going to start building up resentment. Your relationship doesn't have to be toxic to validate your feelings of wanting to leave.
You do not need to be in an abusive, awful, horrible relationship for you to justify why you want to choose yourself.
You are not doing anything wrong by asking for a divorce. You are not doing anything wrong by saying, my happiness lies in a different path.
He may not see it like this right now, but you're doing both of you a favor.
It's wild to see these women encouraging other women to leave the so-called nice guy, framing it as some sort of empowerment. But fellas, if that's the game being played, it's time to start protecting yourselves. In the first line of defense, a solid prenup. Just take Donald Trump as an example. During an interview with his second wife, he explained exactly why having a prenup was a necessary move.
I hate the concept of a prenuptial agreement because it basically says, if and when you get divorced, this is what you're going to get. And there's something very bad about it. But I think it's a modern day necessity.
I didn't like the way the system works. I mean, I really thought that it was very offensive to both of us.
He knew that she was because with it's simply because where Donald Trump is or was or is, you know, the kind of guy he is. Look at her. She's not even a 5, man. And she just wanted the money.
And he'd say, you know, you're right, but what am I supposed to do?
Well, Marla hates it, doesn't want to sign it. Ultimately, she has to sign it, just from my standpoint. She has to sign it.
So I said, whatever you need for your bankers, for your associates, I'll sign that. Let's just not call it a prenuptial, and let's not put a dollar amount on what happens once we're divorced. Once we're divorced, right? I mean, that's the way you start thinking.
In the end, they made a deal. Reports had her asking for $25 million, but he negotiated her down to a mere $1 million.
Yeah, that's it.
It looks a little.
She just wanted the money.
Yeah, it looks cheap.
Yeah, you mean the amount of money?
Well, the amount of money.
Not so bad. Somebody gets married and it doesn't work out, you get $1 million. I mean, you know.
You shouldn't be able to pay a price.
Yeah, that's
and be able
right.
to walk away.
And you see how the report tried to shame him? You see? Because she understands the relationship strategy, guys. This is the mating strategy. She understood Marla's a strategy, and she got mad because she didn't get more. Man, this is so.
You make a commitment between yourselves and God, and you should not be able to say, write a little check, see you later.
It's a lousy thing. I hate the concept, but it's totally necessary. And I think $1 million is a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
No, you don't.
No, I don't, actually. But the fact is that $1 million for somebody coming into a marriage, if something didn't, and I'm not talking about anybody specifically, but it's a lot of money for somebody.
The woman's been with you 6 years. She's been, as you said, incredibly loyal. You're finally going to get married. You have a child. Give her the $25 million.
Well, I guess I look at everything like a deal. I mean, it's just one of
give
those
her
things.
20. Just hand over. Donald Trump, just give her 25. Just give her 25. $25 million, that's a lot of money, especially for that time. This is the 90s, right? $25 million in the 90s, bro. Talk about making money in those years, man. It was hard as hell, man. It was hard. Just give it $25 million. That is nothing.
Over the $25 million. What audacity. It's no secret that some women divorce their husbands and suddenly find themselves catapulted into the top percentiles of wealth.
I knew a guy who he cut a check for somewhere in the neighborhood of $50 million. Yeah, to his ex.
I know a guy who cuts a check for 30 grand a month, G. 30 grand a month. He
Oh,
signs
I know a
check.
couple guys who pay
And
that.
And that was not beside the $500,000 up front.
Oh, yeah.
The house.
Yep.
Two cars. Like he just walked away.
I know a guy who's paying close to that, and he hasn't even seen his wife. He's been married to a new woman, a different woman, for 14 years. At least, 14 years. And he was only married to that lady for 12. And he's still cutting her checks. And no kids. He's got kids with a new woman. The old
That's
woman,
crazy.
no kids. Still cutting her fat checks. Tries to bring it to court, try to reduce the amount of money. She fights him tooth and nail. You son of a bitch, you left me. He left her 14 fucking years ago, man. They were only together for 12 years. It's like she doesn't want to work. He fucked her so hard she can't work anymore. It's crazy.
Hearing these stories about the massive financial toll divorce takes on men is a harsh reminder of the reality many face. But here's the thing. Divorce isn't just about money. It's about the type of women some men choose to marry. Not every woman has your best interests at heart, and there are those who see relationships as nothing more than a financial opportunity. So fellas, take this as a warning. Protect yourselves. Know who you're...
Yeah, we need to change these laws, man. We need to change these laws, guys. This is so dangerous. This is so dangerous. This is... Poor guys, man. They have to delete themselves. But they go homeless, too. Like, that's another one. They go homeless. They go homeless, and nobody give a damn about them. They delete themselves. Yeah. It's a man. He's disposable, right? Very sad. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you next one.